Top 3 mistakes adult beginners make when they first start learning how to play tennis. Number 1, learning in isolation. Again, a big myth is you have to simplify an action, break it down, decompose it, learn the basics, and then learn more complex actions later on. The problem with learning in isolation, the skill does not transfer into a more dynamic situation. So, for example, if you practice your serve on your own in isolation, you'll get very good at serving in that environment with no opponent, no pressure, and you'll get really good. The issue is when you try and serve in a match, you will serve differently because the environment's changed. Once the environment changes, the human changes. When the human changes, the movement changes. So don't learn in isolation. Same with forehands, things like drop feeds, shadow swings. Those things will not help you play tennis. But again, there's a myth. There's a misconception that's how we learn movement skill. Absolutely not. So don't learn in isolation. Number 2, coaching. Again, people believe you need coaching to learn how to play tennis. Tennis has almost become a game now where you need to learn it before you play it. My question is, what did we do before tennis coaches? If we needed tennis coaches to learn how to play, then how did we play before tennis coaches? It makes no sense. Tennis coaching can help your game. Depends on the coach. If the coach teaches in isolation, teaches in a very explicit way, they may actually do more harm than good because they may stop you finding more suitable natural movement solutions. They may try and get you to use perfect technique, which doesn't exist. If you get yourself an ecological dynamics, constraint-led approach coach, they're probably going to make a bigger impact to your tennis. So I would really look at the coaching methodology, how the coach works. Coaching can help, but it's not essential. The best way to get better at tennis, just play tennis. Tennis is a game that's dynamic. It's forever changing. It's a open situational sport. The more you play, the more variability you have in your practices with your friends or your family, the better you'll get because you'll get better at reading situations. The issue with tennis coaching, like we've said before on this channel, it's all fake. Everything's set up in isolated, sterile environments. You'll make pretty good progress in a short amount of time, but those skills don't transfer into a more dynamic game. I've said it a million times. Tennis coaching is like learning ballet. A tennis match is mixed martial arts. Those two things do not mix sometimes. And number 3, just not playing enough. Tennis is a game that is really about being comfortable in lots of different situations and lots of different environments. To get better at tennis, you just need to play. It goes back to point number 2. If you play tennis once a week, the issue with that is by the time you come back to it the week after, you're almost going back over the same things you were exploring the week before, the recall. If you play 2-3 times a week, you will make progress a lot quicker. So beginners, my best advice is just play more often and as often as possible. And again, you don't need to pay for coaching. You don't need to pay for group sessions, private lessons. Just play with friends, play with family. If you can play 2-3 times a week, you will progress 2 or 3 times faster. If you have enjoyed these tips, please leave a comment down below. Maybe leave me some questions for future videos as well. Check out mytenniscoaching.com. And until next time, get on court, don't have too much coaching, and just play tennis.